Happy Friday. Oh my gosh, so much stuff going on. If you guys got the newsletter this morning, it started with things have been a whirlwind, and that is an understatement. So, like a tornado maybe is is a little stronger than a whirlwind is a tornado. So, yeah, so lots of exciting stuff to talk about today. And, I just remembered that I forgot to set something up. So I'm going to let you guys hop on and say hello to each other. Let me, hold on, let's see. What's the best way for me to do this? I just saw Jonathan's name and remembered that I forgot to do this. Okay. All righty. Lindsay is joining us temporarily, I guess. I don't know. Okay, I'm setting something up that I forgot to do earlier. I always think that I'm all ready to go, and then I go live, and then suddenly I remember that that I forgot something. And it's not, you know what it is? It's like I have checklists, but there's always something, like special. So, I don't know. Alrighty. So much good stuff today. Okay. All right. Let me get started with my standard introduction because, people that watch on YouTube, they're like, what the heck did I just stumble into? Okay. I think I'm all ready to go. All right. Hello and welcome. Happy Friday. My name is Margie Remmers-Davis, and I am the creator of Fast and Easy QBO. And this is our weekly live stream, which we hold every week inside of our Facebook group called the QBO Gym Locker Room. The Locker Room, like I said, it's a free Facebook group, and it is your spot for hands-on practice using QuickBooks Online. That is what we are all about. We are all about hands-on. We believe that practice makes profit, and we learn best by doing, and that's why we want you to get in QuickBooks Online and actually be using it. So to help you along your journey, if you are a member of the Locker Room, then you get a free Getting Started course. This is going to tell you how to access your free QuickBooks Online accountant account, what the difference is between an accountant account and a regular QBO subscription. It is going to teach you how terminology, how to navigate workflows, and you're going to get, of course, because that's what we do, hands-on exercises to be able to learn in, and click around and do things in QuickBooks Online. Also, as a member of the Locker Room, so that's the Getting Started course. Also, as a member of the Locker Room, you have access to over 100 absolutely free practice exercises. So that's in addition, once you're oriented in the course, then you have access to that 100 free exercises. People are always asking where to find the exercises. Now, when you join the Locker Room, we do ask you for your email address, and that there's an important reason for that because we're always emailing you stuff. For example, I email an agenda of like what we're covering in the locker room, but on this weekly live stream. But more importantly than that is that we send you all the links that you need for this stuff. So we're going to email you your getting, how to access your Getting Started course. We're going to email you like the link or where to find the link for the free exercises. So it's really important that you make sure that we're whitelisted and that you can get important emails from us. So anyway, okay, so the free exercises are located in the featured section of the Facebook group. Okay, so there is this featured section right here. You might, if you're on your phone, you might have to go to the hamburger up in the upper left-hand corner to see it. But there is this featured section, and there is a welcome post here that says, "Welcome to the locker room." This is identical to the email that you received with all of the stuff. But you also got a second email that has your unique link for how to access your course, okay? So inside here is the link to the free hands-on exercises, okay? All right, so that's the exercises. Then you also can get a free exercise of the week, and that's what we do on our weekly live streams every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern. That's what we are doing today. Everyone who is live is already in the locker room. If you're watching it on YouTube, then the link is below to join us, and then you can get the links and you can join us and be part of the fun. So I'm just wondering if I should hop to the exercise of the week. Okay, no, I'm gonna hop back over and just tell you. Okay, so another fun thing we do, at least we do once a year, is we do these giveaways. So last week was my birthday, and last year we started. Did I say last week? Yeah, last week ago today was my birthday, and last year I randomly posted, like this was not pre-planned at all. I just randomly posted, "Hey, it's my birthday, and instead of making wishes, I'm granting them. What do you want?" And it was so much fun. I felt like Oprah. Like it was just such a great experience that I decided to do it again this year. So last week, inside the locker room, we had our big giveaway. Gave away a ton of stuff, and there were some things that I said would be coming up. Okay, so I wanted to follow up on some of those. Okay, so before we get started into our regular agenda today. Okay, so let me follow up on a couple of things. Wendy Tubbs and Sarah Walls your wishes were not addressed last week, and I said, I have to think about it and all of that stuff. I'm going to tell you what I am doing for you. I am doing something special for you, but I'm not going to tell you about it until the end of the call. And so if I forget, somebody remind me to talk about Wendy and Sarah. Okay, so that's that one. Then we had a bunch of people that wanted the basic course, and they need to finish their Getting Started course by August 31st. So that's coming up. And we have one person, Brittany, I did give the basic course to, but you have to finish it by August 31st. Tracy, I will talk about that today, I promise. Okay. So then we have a bunch of people who asked for their wish was for the advanced course. And I did give away several advanced courses. And then there were several people that I said, you haven't even finished your basic course. So you haven't even finished your basic course. I'm not going to give you an advanced course until you have finished the basic course. And so we have a ton of people. We have 5 people who kicked butt this last week. And last week I said, if you finish your basic course by the live stream today, then I will enter you in a drawing for an advanced course. And that is what I am going to do. So exciting. Okay, so here are the people. Come on. Oh, wrong one. Wrong button. Okay, here we go. So here are the people that kicked butt and finished their basic course, or let us know. Maybe they had finished it before, but they hadn't let us know before. So these are the people that I said would be in the drawing if they follow the instructions. Jenica Taylor, Heather Macias, Gracie Alcid, Dorada Stroney Dobbins, and Jonathan Everett. Okay, so one of you is going to win a free advanced course. Here we go. Let's see who it is. Dun, dun, dun. Very exciting, very exciting, very exciting, very exciting. And it is, woohoo, Dorada Stroney Dobbins. All right, congratulations, Dorada. I'm just going to write down your name so I remember that you are the one that won the advanced course. And for the rest of you who kicked butt and worked really hard, Jenica Taylor, Heather Macias, Gracie Alcid, and Jonathan Everett, I am going to give you 56% because I just turned 56. I'm going to give you the advanced course for 56% off. Okay, so if you want to take advantage of that, then we'll email you and we'll tell you how to take advantage of that. Okay? Alrighty, so that is so that's the advanced course. Now, the next one was payroll. So we had a similar situation where we had some people who were asking for a new course but hadn't finished the ones that they already had. So I gave several people the same task, finish by August 23rd, and only one of them did it. So Stephanie G. Wilson Sims, congratulations. You're the only one. So Stephanie is going to get the free payroll course. Okay. So let's see. This one was advanced. Stephanie, payroll. Okay. And let's see. A lot of people, so that's it for the drawings. A lot of people asked for the gym, but had never even signed up for the gym challenge, which it gives you the gym for free. And so those people we've already reached out to all of those people. Now, I know that I mentioned this in the email this morning. I know that there are a lot of you, like by far the most requested course was the cleanup course. And I am so sorry. I am still wading through. There's so much I have to look up and verify and check and read your things. And I just I've been so focused on the other big announcement we're going to talk about today that I have not gotten to that. The cleanup course, as I have mentioned, is not my course to give away. That's Corey's course. And she has agreed to do a drawing. So we're going to give away, or it's going to be a name your price for the cleanup course for one person that's in the drawing. So after I go through everybody, read everything, see what you've done, like how much butt are you kicking? Are you a Sam? Those of you who've been around know what that means. Then we're going to do another drawing. Okay, so that's it with cleanup. Now I have another special announcement. Several of you have already talked about it in the chat. We're going to talk about that in the next, at the end, after we do the exercise of the week. Okay. So I see Darlene's asking about the, you want to be included in the name your price. It's already over, like the wishing is already over. So the deadline was last Thursday. And now it's just a matter of me going through the people who have already put their names in the hat. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to hop over to our exercise of the week. And then we're going to come back to, like, at the end, when we're done with that, then we're going to come back to our very special announcement that a lot of people are asking about in the chat. It's related to the birthday wishes, but we're not going to go, we're going to do the exercise now. Before I do that, I forgot I have to mention that as a birthday present to myself, I bought myself a massage chair. So I don't know, a couple weeks ago, whatever, I was visiting a friend of mine in San Diego, and actually, I guess I can say it was my friend Stacy, who you'll hear me talk about later today. So I was visiting Stacy, and she has a massage chair, and I was like, oh wow, this is amazing. I should get a massage chair. And then it just so happened that I saw one that was on clearance, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get one. So the reason I bring that up is because they're supposed to deliver it today, sometime between 12 and 4. So there's a chance that I may get a phone call about the massage chair. I have my phone sitting right here. So in case they call, you may have to just be on the phone with me while I'm talking to the delivery people about the massage chair. Anyway, so I see Dorada missed. What did I get? You won. You can watch the fun recording to see the fun wheel that we spun, but you won the advanced course. So good for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on our exercise of the week, which is why actually we're here. I know that the giveaway is fun. I know that, like, we all love to hang out, but the purpose of getting together is to actually practice QuickBooks Online hands-on. That's what we do. So the exercise of the week is actually part of the our subscription product called the QBO Gym. Everything I've talked about before, the Getting Started course, the 100 free exercises, that's all free. Okay, the QBO Gym is a paid subscription product. Okay, and what the QBO Gym is it is a simulated experience of being a bookkeeper. Now, on my wishes last week, we had a number of people who said, oh, I wish that I could work for a bookkeeper. I wish that I had an internship. I wish that I could, work for somebody for free before I actually had a client. That's what the QBO Gym is. The QBO Gym is the opportunity for you to experience being a bookkeeper. It is just as if you have a fictitious business owner and you are working for the fictitious business owner, doing all of the things in the order that you would do them for an actual client. Okay, so you have what do? You process the bank feeds, you take a look at the money that has come in, you enter expenses, you maybe send out invoices, maybe you pay bills, you record bank deposits, and you run reports and you reconcile bank statements. So you're actually doing these things for the fictitious business owner. And all the time you're doing this, that things are happening in the fictitious business owner's business. So in this first month here, you have to create an estimate. Somebody wants an estimate for some work, and you have to create the estimate, and then a purchase order and an invoice off of all of that. And then every month there's like other things that happen. So in this month, in March of year one, he gets a contract to work for a wedding planner, and he is doing, so Craig is a landscaper, and he does landscaping in preparation for 2 different weddings, and he has to compare his profitability between these two. And at each of these job sites, stuff happens, and so you have to track what's actually happening. So and then every month something else happens in the business that you have to handle, and we teach you how to do it in the QBO Gym. That is the QBO Gym. And you can try it out by doing our 5-day challenge. Okay, so in the 5-day challenge, you get to actually be Craig's bookkeeper and be able to work this whole month. It takes about 3 to 4 hours to get through a month. In fact, you can get an entire year's worth of experience in about 42 real-time hours. So those jobs that say, how many years of experience do you have? Well, you can say, I have a year's worth of experience if you go through and finish the first year of the gym. Okay. All right. So that is the QBO Gym. Now, the QBO Gym, everything that you do in the gym is tied to what we call Books Match. Now, Books Match, and I always forget to pull up a person for Books Match, okay? So everything that you do is tracked by the skills that you are actually learning and verifying while you're working through the gym. So we have your skills divided into 10 skill groups, and you can see on your dashboard here, this dashboard is called Books Match. I'll tell you why in just a second. If you have any of our courses, you automatically have this left part right here. This is how you access your courses. This part right here is only tied to the QBO Gym. It's not tied to any of our other courses, the certification or anything like that, okay? But as you're working through the gym, you earn these skill points, and you can at any time, you'll see the amount of skills that you have verified. They're in these skill groups. And if you click on a skill group, you can drill down to see specifically what you did that you learned how to do. So Billy here practiced corporate credit card setup and collecting W-9s, okay, and deleting accounts, okay. He worked with clearing accounts, okay. So that's what this is right here. You can see how you compare to everyone else in the pool. So the dark one is you, and then is how much you've done, and then the light one is the average of everybody else. And then we track 3 specific metrics. And the first one we track is knowledge. Knowledge is the breadth of, this is just your total skill points, the breadth of knowledge the entire time that you've been in the gym. Then we have consistency. I'll come back to that in just a second. And then we have speed, which is not how quickly you do an exercise, but how many skills you have gained in a particular week compared to everybody else. I mentioned that we are also tracking your consistency. Consistency is actually the most important metric. This is the one that really that people are looking at. The reason that this is important is because you have the opportunity, if you're in the gym, you can open up your profile to people who are looking for a bookkeeper. And people who are looking for a bookkeeper want to know that you are consistently working, consistently in there. And oh yeah, Joel, it is Gym 5, not QBO Gym 5 for the link. I corrected that in the spreadsheet, so I don't know what you grabbed there. Anyway, so that is Books Match, everything that you do. Now, because consistency is the highest metric, you really need, we want you to be upskilling at least every 14 days. But even better is if you can upskill every week, and that's why we have our exercise of the week, which is what we are working through today. So the exercise of the week is a separate course. It's unlocked when you have gained 250 points in the gym. And the reason that we don't unlock it until you have 250 points is because as long as, when you're in the gym, you have all sorts of points you can earn to keep your consistency metric high, right? What was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. Anyway, so you have all sorts of, like, when you just start, like, you could do anything and keep that consistency metric high. But the longer that you're in the gym, the less there is for you to do. And so that's why we have an exercise a week. And the reason we unlock it at 250 points and not later is because people come on this live stream and they want to, they want access to it. Okay. Now, as we start working on this, Joel is going to put the link in the chat. So if you are not a member of the gym, then, or you are a member of the gym, but this is not unlocked yet, then you can just follow the link that Joel posts in the chat. Okay. If, however, you are a member of the gym, you want to make sure that you are following the link that is inside here, okay? You want to use the one that's inside here, and then once you're done, you come back and click here, and that's how you earn those skill points in Books Match. So you can't just follow the link that Joel puts in the chat. You have to do it in Books Match in order for you to get the credit, okay? All right. So here is what we are working on today. Let me make it just a smidge bigger for you. All right. Okay. So today's exercise is using the custom report builder. Okay. So we're going to click on we're going to click on that link. Okay. And here is our exercise. Craig wants to see his bills for a particular month grouped according to status and vendors. Okay, here's just a list of what we need to do. This exercise comes from Intuit. Okay, we have been this year working through all of the exercises that Intuit provides inside your QBOA account. Okay, I'm going to show you how to find it, what to do. We prefer our format, but which is why we do it. But this is what we do. Okay, and this is I think there are 2 left before we move on to some super exciting plans coming for the fall. So anyway, but this is the last. Now, this particular Pro Advisor challenge requires the advanced sample company. Okay, so we're not going to be able to access it through your regular QBOA account. But I'll get to that in a second. First, let's take a look at where we would find this exercise inside the QBO training. Okay, so here I am inside a QBOA account. That's a QBO accountant account. You know that I'm in QBO accountant because it says accountant right here upper on the left hand side. because the left navigation bar is gray, and because there are, it's divided into your practice and your books. Okay, so your practice, the key difference between an accountant account and a regular account is in an accountant account, you're actually connecting to a bunch of small businesses. And so this is how you would access the small businesses that you are connected to. Okay, so this is how you know you're in an accountant account. If you're in an accountant account, you will have this thing that says Pro Advisor. Okay, from Pro Advisor, you're going to select training. And this is the training hub that Intuit provides. You can go to personalized path and answer some questions, and it will give you the training to match like what you say that your goals are. If you want to take the Pro Advisor certification tests, then you do that in the certification hub. And then the training library is where you'll find everything. Okay, so we're going to click training library. It starts with product training, and QuickBooks Online is open already. So I'm going to just close it. So you can see that there's more than just, we don't even realize that this is here. So we have QuickBooks Online, QuickBooks Payments, Payroll, and Time. Those are all the QuickBooks products. And then they have additional training that you can scroll down and you can find. Okay, but what we're going to be working on today is QuickBooks Online. And then you'll notice that there are these different tiles that are grouped on the different topics. Okay, so what we're going to be working on today is using the enhanced features of the advanced subscription. Okay, so this means that you have to we have to use QuickBooks Online Advanced in order to see it. Okay, so I'm going to click on this, and when that pulls up, I'm going to switch back over to my exercise just so you can follow along what we've been doing. Okay, so we were in the QBOA account. We hovered over Pro Advisor and clicked training. We went to the training lab. Then we clicked QuickBooks Online. We're going to using the enhanced features of the advanced subscription. Okay. And now we're going to go to Advanced Subscription Specialist. Okay, that's a specific training or a lesson inside the course. Okay, what we're using today is using the custom report builder. Okay, so that's what we are doing for this exercise. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to select using the report builder. Okay, this is where the training is. Now, if you notice on the right-hand side, it says Pro Advisor Challenge. Sometimes you can click that and it'll go straight to it. Other times you can't. Today you can't. So we're going to, the reason is because there's something in here you have to click. And I found it earlier today. So I'm going to go, here it is. So see this, how it's like two different tabs. So they won't let you go on until you've clicked on both tabs. That's why. Okay. So here it says continue to next tab. And now I should be able to go scroll down and find my Pro Advisor Challenge. I don't know why they make this so difficult. Okay. And I love how my pointer just kind of is hanging out there. I don't know anything. Okay. All right. So here's the Pro Advisor Challenge. Here is the task. Okay. So Craig wants to see his bills for a particular month grouped according to status and vendors. And then it tells you, okay, here's what you need to do. And then that's it. No step-by-step instructions. We like our step-by-step instructions. It will tell you the result. This is what the result is supposed to look like. And then our solution is the actual step-by-step instructions. So, and this is a problem because look, it's dated to 2023. I discovered that this morning. So good times, good times. Well, luckily we have changed we have converted it into our methodology, which we find here is easier to do. Okay, so as I mentioned, what we're going to be looking at is something that's only in the advanced level subscription. So instead of normally what we would do is we would go to the sample company right here, but this sample company is only QBO Plus, and we have to have QBO Advanced. So I'm actually going to log out. I'm going to sign out, and then I'm going to use this link. Oh no, you're not supposed to see that yet. Okay, and then I'm going to use this link right here, and it's going to open up a sample company that is advanced, that is the advanced subscription. Okay, so you have to use this. By the way, most of the gym exercises are in QBO Plus, but we have an entire issue. I think it is December, the December issue that is fully dedicated to features of QBO Advanced. Okay. All right. So I'm going to click I'm not a robot, and then I'm going to hit okay. All right, so here I am, and here's how you can check, by the way, to know if you are in advanced. If you go to the gear icon and go to account and settings, and then go to usage, they just added this thing. This is so annoying. Switch settings. I didn't change anything. All right. They just added that stupid thing. Okay, so here, usage limits, you notice it says your current plan is QuickBooks Online Advanced. So that's how you know that you are in the advanced sample company. Okay? All right, so here we are. We're going to start our exercise. Now we've got that. Okay? Now, we're going to do our exercise. And I want to show you, as we get started, that our exercises are created in a software called Scribe, and Scribe has an extension that you can load on Google Chrome. And if you have that extension loaded, let me show you what it looks like. Okay. See, it says Scribe. It's called Scribe AI Documentation, SOPs, and probably screenshots. And so if you have that loaded, okay, if you have that installed on Chrome, then when you are in the exercise, you'll see this little Guide Me button. Okay, this is after you've logged into the sample company. You'll see this little Guide Me button, and if you click that button, oh my gosh, I tested this morning, guys. Oh man, you can't see. I'm just this little teeny tiny spot, so you can't see the look on my face. I tested this morning and it worked just fine. They have this little thing called, oh wait, let me see. Maybe I have a, okay. It gives you a prompt. Let me click this. Oh, okay. So you have to click the thing and give it permission to do this. Okay. So this is, I can't make this any bigger. I'm sorry. The little extension, what it looks like, this is little red dot. You can see it a little bit. So it looks like this if you have it, pinned here. And you have to click that. You have to click that and confirm that you want it to work. And if you do that, then I forgot that's new, that little permission thing. Okay. Okay, so now that we have the advanced sample company, we can go on with our exercise. Okay, I'm seeing a bunch of things in the chat. Tiffany, I did talk about the advanced and payroll stuff. I'll revisit it at the end here. Let's see. Oh, great. My sample company doesn't have the option to create a new report. Oh, good times. All right, well, we'll see what happens with mine. All right, so, okay, so here from the left navigation bar, hover over reports, and then click reports. and then create new report. So I don't know, make sure that you are, Tracy, make sure that you are in the advanced. Oh, okay, you got it. All right, good. Okay, so here we are going to, we're just following the instructions here. We're going to create a new report. Okay, so this is, we're talking about custom building reports. There's tons of reports already available, but when you are in QBO Plus, when you're in QBO Advanced, you have this custom report builder. Okay, this is one of the advantages of having Advanced. Okay, so we're going to create a new report. Okay, there are hundreds of pre-built reports already in there. And you can create, and we're actually going to do that. We're going to use one as a template and just tweak it. Here's the thing, guys. Since I'm so tiny, I'm just going to take myself off for a minute. So here's the thing about the custom report builder is we're just going to go over one like super tiny little thing. And this is, again, we're just following the Pro Advisor challenges. That's what we are doing in in this series. I think we have 2 more. And then we're going to be able to like do our own thing. I may at one point spend an entire month of exercise of the week just on reports and custom reports because there's just so much. There's so much that you can do, and you will be more valuable to your clients if you know how to pull data and that can show them certain things. Okay, so don't wait to maybe don't wait for them to in this case Craig asked for the report, but you could be proactive. You say, like once you get to know their business, like, oh, don't you think it'd be helpful to know XYZ? And then you can easily build the report for them. And the great thing is that you can build the report and then save it and then never have to do it again. And we're not going to, this is kind of advanced. We're not going to talk about this today, but you could even have it emailed to the owner every month or whatever, and you don't have to do a thing. It's just automatically done. That's a huge value add if you can do that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go back to, I'm going to go share my screen again, which means I'll probably disappear. So we'll see what happens. Okay. Why is this like this? I don't know. Okay, anyway, so here we are. Here's the exercise on the right-hand side. So what we're doing is, oh man, I keep forgetting that. Okay. Here's where we are. We're going to click blank. So we're going to use a template, but we're still going to select that. And this is kind of annoying to me. I don't know why you have to click it and then select create. Why can't I just click it and then that creates it? I don't know. I don't understand things sometimes. I heard Hector Garcia say one time that it's as if the Intuit, he said it's as if all of the Intuit developers sit in separate rooms and never talk to each other. Anyway, okay. So that's what we did. Now we're going to click the X or we could click got it, whatever, to get out of the pop-up. Okay. Now we're going to start with the report creation wizard. We could just build it ourselves, but that's outside the scope of what we're talking about. Again, maybe we'll have another exercise of the week where that's what we do. But so we're going to create the report customization. Okay, now here's where you can find hundreds of pre-existing reports that you can just alter, and that's what we're going to do. Okay, so we are going to look for the one that is bills by paid status. Okay. Okay, so just let's remind ourselves for a moment. So I've just done step 8. Okay, I'm going to scroll up and remind ourselves what we're doing here. Okay, so we're just clicking a bunch of buttons, but we need to understand, what it is we're building. Okay, so Craig wants to see his bills for a particular month grouped according to status and vendors. Okay, so that's the assignment for a particular month. But it actually, in the instructions from Intuit, it's actually looking at a quarter, not a particular month. So that's what we're doing. Okay, we're doing a quarter, the current quarter. Okay. So bills for a particular month, or in this case, a quarter, grouped by according to status. What does status mean? It means paid or unpaid. Okay, and vendors. Okay, so let's see. So we're back down. We just did step 8. Okay, so now we have, this is the report on the left-hand side. This is a report that, without doing anything, that Intuit just pulled up. Okay, so we already said that it's by paid. So here's all the ones that are paid, but it seems to be in date order, and it's not grouped by, well, it does seem to be grouped by vendor, but I think that's only accidental. I don't think that that's intentional. So it's not intentionally grouped. You can't see totals. Okay. Now, the exercise, if you're doing the Intuit exercise, and you saw a little hint of this earlier, they didn't update it, and they didn't realize that quarters change, and so they wanted you to do September of 2023 through December of 2023. Well, this is long past that, and there's only 90 days worth of data in the sample company. And so I really hate that you can't see the look on my face while I'm... all right, we'll get it fixed. Okay, so anyway, so Intuit exercise uses specific dates from 2023 because the dates are always changing in the sample company. That will not pull up any data, however. We're going to use the current quarter, okay? So what we're going to do first is we're going to click the report period down arrow right here, report period. And you don't have to click the down arrow. You can click anywhere in it, okay? And then we're going to select this quarter. Okay, so now we've got some more data in there. Okay, what I love about the builder is that it automatically updates as you make changes. The old style, the classic style, didn't do that. And so that's one thing I really like about the new modern report builder. Okay, so we've changed the report period. Okay, as I mentioned now, I mean, they're in order by date, and that happens to be like the vendors do, but it's not like grouped by vendor. Okay, so that's what we're going to do next is we're going to group by. Okay, so group by. Okay, and what are we grouping it by? Well, we want it to be grouped by paid status. Like we want the paid versus unpaid, but we also, underneath that, want to be grouped by vendor. Okay, so that's a subgroup. Okay, so the subgroup is going to be vendor. Okay, so the subgroup is vendor. Okay, now again, it automatically changed on the left-hand side. We're going to close this out so we can see what it did. Okay, so now we have our vendor, and we could like close this if we wanted to. We could just see. Okay, so these are grouped, but it's not really very readable. Okay, so so let me just add this. This was not, okay, here's the thing about, all right, I'm taking off screen share so you can see me. Okay. Here's the thing about the Intuit exercises is that they tell you like what to do, but they don't tell you like why to do it. Okay, so that's why we're talking about, like, I want you to make sure, I don't want you to just click the buttons. I want you to know why you're clicking the button, why you are clicking the buttons, and what clicking the buttons does. Okay, all right, back to the screen share, back to Mini Margie. Okay, all right, so now the report shows all of the paid bills grouped by vendor and all the unpaid bills grouped by vendor. But it would be nicer and easier to read if it showed each vendor along with the paid and unpaid totals. To do that, we're going to have to rearrange some things. In other words, we're going to have to pivot the table. Now, I will be the first one to admit that I do not understand pivot tables. I have not spent the time to really solidify it in my brain. What I do know about pivot tables is, I hate that you can't see my hands too, you can see my hands moving in little Mini Margie. Okay. What I hate, so I have not gotten my head fully around pivot tables, but what I do understand is that it means that you are rearranging it on a table in a way that you want to see the information. Okay, so I walked it through a little bit so you could see here. What would you like to see as each row? We would like to see vendor as each row. So we're going to say that when we're going to pivot this. So I forgot to mention we have to click pivot. Okay, so what do we want to see on each row? We want to see vendor. Okay, so here we're going to select vendor. Okay, now what would we like to see in each column? Well, we'd like to see paid status. We'd like to see a column of unpaid and a column of paid. Okay, so I'm going to say paid status. Okay, now when those two things collide, what is it that you want to see? Okay, so our choices here are amount and open balance. Okay, I'll remind you that open balance means that they're unpaid, which defeats the purpose of the exercise. The purpose of the exercise is that we want to see paid and unpaid. If we do just open balance, the paid column will be empty. The unpaid. Wait, which one will be empty? Yeah, the paid column will be empty because we're only watching. I don't know. Now I'm doubting myself. We're going to have to look at it. Karen Wheeler says she loves pivot tables. She uses them every day in work. Randy says learning pivot tables was a game changer. I think I'm going to have one of you come on as a guest to teach us pivot tables. Okay, so if we select, I already put it here. If we select open balance, we'll only show the unpaid items. We want both, so we'll select amount. See, I already answered my own question. Okay. All right, so now it already changed it, but now we want to close that. Okay, so now look at that. Look at how nice that is. I'm going to make this a little smaller so you can see bigger. Okay, look. So now we have the list of vendors. We have what they paid, what's still unpaid in the current quarter. Okay, and that's it. Okay, let me go back to our exercise. Oh, the report has now been customized per Craig's request. Now we just need to adjust the report title. Okay, so we're going to click the pencil icon right here to make this editable. And we're going to call it vendor bills by paid status. I'm being lazy here so I don't have to type. Okay. And then we're going to click save. Okay. And now this is up. What am I saying? It's now saved. And so now if I go back to reports up here and I go to my custom reports, there's the one that we just created. Okay. All right. And that is it. Of course, there's only one there right now, but so I'm going to close out of here. So there we go. And of course, don't forget, if you're in the gym and you want the credit, you have to go back here and then click upskilled. Ka-ching. It's going to give you points. Mine points are 0 because I'm in admin mode. Don't give me a hard time. Okay, now we've done the exercise. The next thing that we provide as part of the gym is we provide marketing prompts. I'm going to take, since you can't see me, okay. Here's why we did this. Because I kept hearing that people wanted, I kept hearing that people knew that they needed to post on social media. Like as they build their business, everyone tells them, oh, you got to post on social media. And everyone's like, oh, I don't know what to post. Okay. So this is why we give you marketing prompts. Okay. As you work through the gym, you earn marketing prompts of like, as you learn a thing, then you get a marketing prompt of like how to talk about what you just learned. Okay. And in the exercise of the week, the same is true. So you just did this thing. Now we're going to give you a marketing prompt, and you can use this to build your marketing. Now, we are not a marketing company. Oh, this is going to be fun with little mini Margie on the screen, this next part. Those of you guys who know what's coming. Okay. Anyway, the technology. Okay. So the question then becomes, how do I use these marketing prompts? And I will always tell you that we are not a marketing company. Like we are not a marketing company. We teach this software. We teach QuickBooks Online. We don't even really teach bookkeeping. We're just teaching you how to use the software. But because so many people have asked, that's why we now recommend one and only one method for finding clients. And I'm going to show you how we use those marketing prompts in this method, which is called the 3-2-1 method. Okay. I'm so tiny. All right. It is what it is, guys. Okay. So the 3-2-1 methodology is by Angelique Ruers with Bold House. She gave us permission to use this and share it with you guys. And it has been adapted for our use in particular as QuickBooks Online Pro advisors. So the way that the 3-2-1 method works is 3 times per day, you are going to reach out directly to individuals, to specific people who either by email, text, DM, phone call, or, whatever, it doesn't matter. But you're going to reach out to an individual person. This is not posting on social media. It's not, hanging a flyer in your chamber of commerce or in your apartment lobby. This is talking to an individual person. The whole purpose of this step is to grow your network. You are not at this point selling your services, okay? You're not even asking for referrals, okay? This is an important thing because some of you misunderstand this. Some of you think that at this point you're asking for referrals. These people that you're talking to, they don't know how good you are. They don't know why would they refer you? And number one, why would they refer you? And number two, they're not going to remember that rarely are they going to remember that you do this. So the point of this step is not to sell your services. The point of this step is to grow your network. And you want to grow your network of potential clients. Okay. So These 3 people are going to be your friends, family, coworkers, neighbors, like whatever. And all you're doing is you're saying to them, hey, I'm a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. Who do you know that I could connect with? Okay. What you're saying is, who do you know that is a small business owner that uses QuickBooks Online? Okay. I'm going to recommend, and I'm probably going to change this slide in the future too, is that you tell them that you post QuickBooks Online tips. Quick tips is what Lindsay and I decided to call them. That, you post quick tips and you'd love to connect with them just in case they need any help. Okay. So you're not selling your services, and you're definitely not saying to your person that you are going to sell their friend your services. All you want to do is connect with them. Okay. You're connecting with them. So now you're going to do all this activity. You're going to do it 3 times per 3 individuals per day. And and some of the people are going to say, oh, I don't know anybody. And some people are going to say, oh my gosh, I know 10 people. Oh, you should come to my meetup, or you should come to this thing and you can meet a ton of people. It's going to average out. Okay. But the goal of all this activity for 15, you're going to have reached out to 15 individuals every week. And the goal is to potentially 2 times per week connect with a potential client. Okay. And that's it. It's don't sell your services, guys. Do not, it's like what I hear recently is like, go on a date first, right? You're not going to sleep with a person or expect to sleep with a person when you very first meet them, right? You're asking for an introduction, and then you're going to get to know this person, and I don't know, maybe you're going to ask for a date, right? But you guys have to, it is so sleazy. It's so sleazy. People hate to receive it, and people are uncomfortable giving it when it's sleazy. Oh, I wish you could see my hand motions and look on my face because I'm so passionate about this. Okay. So when you connect to these, you get the introduction, you meet somebody at a meetup or whatever. All you're going to say is, hey, I'm a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor, would love to stay connected in case you need any help. Okay. And that's it. You're not selling your services. You're just letting them know who you are and what you do. Okay. Now, the thing is, and this is the important thing, you have to actually connect with them. There are people in the Wish group, one person said, oh yeah, I gave out business cards and I asked my, friend to give out business cards. Well, why would they give out business cards on your behalf? Okay. Their job is not to, their job is their job. Their job is not to promote you. I mean, maybe they will if they're, your friends and they're that kind of personality, but chances are they're not going to, okay? So it's your job to stay connected with these new people, and just all you're doing is a gentle reminder of who you are. Think of how many real estate agents you know, okay? Do you you know who the real estate agents are in your life because they constantly say they are real estate agents, okay? That's it. So, once you have met this person, you're going to connect with them on LinkedIn. You can connect with them on other social media platforms, but the beauty of LinkedIn is, number one, it is specifically designed for business, so nobody is shocked when you're talking about business. And number two is that when you put in your byline that you are a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor, everything that you do will now have that byline with it. Okay, so when you post something, it'll say you're a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. If you comment on somebody's post, it will say you're a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. Okay, so everything that you do will include your byline and not just your name. That's not true with all this other things that I know of, like Facebook, and I'm not on Instagram, but I understand it's the same. That's just going to be your name. You want people to not just remember your name, but remember who you are and what you do. Okay. And then you're going to post tips, QBO tips, a couple of times a week. And this is where those marketing prompts are going to come in handy. So if you're a member of the gym, if you're attending the exercise of the week, you're always going to have, we have so many marketing prompts, guys. You're going to have these marketing prompts and you can post them in your newsfeed, and it's just a reminder, this is what I do, this is what I do. In addition to your own posts, you're going to like and comment on other people's posts. Now, and normally this would just be part of the presentation, but because you can't see my face, you cannot see how intense I am about this concept. Okay, guys, oh my gosh. When you are liking and commenting on people's posts, or when you're commenting on people's posts, do not say, I'm a bookkeeper. Do you want to hire me? Like, oh, I'm the best bookkeeper. You should, like, oh my gosh, that's such a turnoff and so sleazy. Don't do it. When you are commenting on people's posts, be a normal, natural human being, okay? A normal, natural human being. This is about building relationships. You want people to know, like, and trust you, okay? If you are just slamming them, with buy my stuff, it's a huge turnoff. Nobody wants that, okay? So if you see a picture of, somebody's kid at a baseball game, you want to say things like, hey, I hope you won, or nice stance, or like, oh, how lucky are you that you get to be at your kid's baseball game? Like, whatever, normal, natural human being. The magic is your byline. If your byline says you're a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor, they'll remember who you are, okay? All right, now I'm going to play this presentation again. Now I've got that out of my system. I don't know where it's going to start up, so let me see. Okay, I'm going to have to do all of this stuff again. But that was important, guys. Oh my gosh, it was so important. Okay. All right, so we've talked about this. Okay, so now the goal of all of that. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention in the very beginning, to introduce yourself, to say, I am a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor, okay? So this is really important. And if you are not a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor, become one. We can help you. Our name is Fast and Easy for a reason, okay? So we can help you get that certification in about 5 hours. That's the course, not the test, but in about 5 hours, you can become and you can have the expertise, you have the certificate, you have the badge, and you can introduce yourself that way, okay? I know a person, she was just telling me the story again. There were bits of the story I didn't even know. She was telling me just this week. Who got her very first client because she went to a speed networking thing. She had no business cards, no website, no nothing. She just barely started out. She didn't know what she was going to say in her little 30-second speed networking thing. And all she thought to say was, I'm a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. She did that for every person, and that's how she got her first client. Okay? So when people hear QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor, that's a much more attractive thing, I think. It's a much bigger specialty than it is to just say I'm a bookkeeper. I'm a bookkeeper. But when you say you're a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor, that means that people can turn to you. Oh my gosh, I know somebody who knows QuickBooks Online. Yes. Okay. All right. Let's move on. So the goal of all of this activity is to once per month, and these are all minimums, guys. Of course, you can do much bigger, but the important thing I would caution you about the 3 times per day is consistency. You don't want to reach out to 15 people in one day and be done. Okay. The point is consistency. So you could do 15 people per day, but you want to be doing something every single day. Okay. And then it's kind of like I heard somebody say about going to the gym, right? You can't just go to the gym once a month and get everything done and then expect results. Like you have to like do the work consistently. Okay. So now the goal is once per month to do a diagnostic review. Why didn't that come up? Okay. Diagnostic review. And the way that you are going to land this is you're going to say, hey, as you know, I'm a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. Would you like me to take a look at your books and see how you're doing? Okay. That's it. You're not saying, hey, do you want to hire me as your bookkeeper? You're offering value. You're offering a service. Now, if you do not know how to do a diagnostic review, then you can, that's why we have in the cleanup course. Our cleanup course teaches you how to actually go into somebody's books, what to look for, how much to charge, and how to present your findings to the business owner in a way that Corey has like over 90% sign up rate when she does this method. So if you're in our cleanup course, you know exactly what to say, what to do. And in fact, if you are in our cleanup course, you could even say, hey, I just finished a course on diagnostic reviews and I'm looking for practice. Would you be willing to let me take a peek and I'll, write up a report and, no obligation, whatever. I just need the practice, right? And it's beneficial for them too. What was I going to say? Now, if you cannot, was I not sharing my screen that whole time? Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my gosh. Was I not sharing my screen for that last part? I don't see it in the chat. Nobody called me out on it, so maybe I was. Oh, shoot. Anyway, well, if I wasn't sharing my screen, that's fine. You heard me say what I needed to say. So we teach you how to do this in the cleanup course. But if you don't have the cleanup course, or the cleanup course is not cheap, I get that. There's all sorts of other resources available. There's other courses. There's YouTube videos. There's whatever. It does not matter like whose stuff you use. Like obviously, I think our stuff is superior, and I think that you're going to land the client better if you use our stuff. But it doesn't, you don't have to. Okay. So now all of that said, talking about the 3-2-1 method, I'm going to go back to, and by the way, Joel did post in the chat, but here again is the prompt. This is the prompt that we can recommend that you do again twice a week, or 2 or 3, twice a week at a minimum. Do it 3 times a week. Do it every day. But two times a week at a minimum. You are going to post something like this. And here's one I wrote about the custom report builder. Hey, business owner, if you are using QuickBooks Online Advanced, then you've got all the bells and whistles Intuit has to offer. But are you taking advantage of them? One of the cool things at your fingertips is the custom report builder. You can build just about anything you dream of. Let's get together and I'll show you around. Okay, so that is the marketing prompt for today. Okay, all right, let's see. Okay, now going back to, we're gonna loop back around and talk about all the birthday stuff. And by the way, I have not gotten a phone call yet about my massage chair. Oh well, I guess it'll come later this afternoon. Okay, so we had so many people in their wishes ask for clients. Now, I specifically said when I posted, the wishes, I said it needed to be specific, measurable, and something that I could grant. How am I going to grant you clients? Like somebody asked for 20 clients. Like I can't just, poof, here's 20 clients, But what I can do is I can hold you accountable, keep your feet to the fire to do the 3-2-1 method, okay? Every single week, I hop on this call and I talk to you about the 3-2-1 method, and I tell you exactly what to do, and I post it in the group, and yet people either don't do it because they're scared. They think they think they are doing it, but they are not actually doing it, or they have like some other excuse. So what we are doing, and this, I apologize to the cleanup people because this is what I have been working on, getting all this set up. What we are doing, and you may have seen this in the newsletter this morning, and I talked about it last week, I guess I didn't, fully flesh it out. But we are starting September 2nd, we are going to be doing a Get Clients Cohort, okay? We're calling it 3-2-1 Blast Off, okay? This is a Get Clients Cohort, and what we are doing is we are going to hold you accountable for actually doing the work to get a client. I can't control whether you get the client, but I can control, well, sort of, I can't control you. I can't control you at all, but I can put systems in place to help you remain accountable, okay? So you should have received this in the newsletter this morning. I know a dozen or so signed up even before the call today. Joel is going to put the link in the, he already did, put the link in the chat so we can follow along, okay? The whole purpose of this is for you to take action. You're going to get a full month of guidance, support, and accountability as you grow your network. So we're going to talk about not only reaching out to those people, but we're going to help you think of who is already in your existing network. And we're going to help you reach out to the people who are in your network, okay? Make and strengthen connections. So that's the step 2, is you're going to connect with these people on LinkedIn, okay? We're going to help you create the marketing prompts, okay? And then and demonstrate your expertise. That's actually the one for the marketing prompts, okay? So you're going to teach you how to connect with people on LinkedIn. We're going to teach you how to create your marketing prompts. In fact, Lindsay Key, who's going to be running this cohort, who, by the way, her wish was that she wanted to work for us. And I said, okay, how about running the cohort? That's how that happened. Okay, so she's going to teach you how to use Canva. And on the first day, you are going to actually build a template that's branded to your business, that all you have to do is plug in the marketing prompt and just post that every time, okay? All right, so then you're going to do a diagnostic review. Now, if you're in the QBO Gym or you're in cleanup, then you're going to have a leg up on how to do those, but you don't have to do that in order to participate. In fact, you don't even have to have your business set up in order to participate, okay? The whole point of this is to help you take action and help you understand what is required to hustle. Not everyone is cut out to be a business owner. This is what it means to be a business owner. You can't just sit back. I talked, I think, last Monday in the Mindset Monday about the difference between a farmer and a person who just goes to the grocery store. Okay, if you want to be a farmer, then you have to get up at the crack of dawn and you have to work hard, right? And you have to till the soil and, all of that. Okay. So, so we're gonna help you get all of this so that you can do a diagnostic review. If you're in the cleanup, you'll know how to do that. Okay. And then of course we want everybody to land a client. I can't control that, as I've said, but we can get you in action and moving to be able to do it. Okay. Then, so here's what we're going to do in the group, okay, is every day you're going to grow your network, you're going to make and strengthen connections, and you're going to demonstrate your expertise, okay? So that's like all of that stuff. And then this is like so exciting to me, okay? So, and Amy Lynn, I'm crazy. I'm dying to know like how you already know Stacy, but Stacy Lauren is, she's a friend of mine. We're in another mindset group together, and she's amazing. And she has developed this program. It's called Find Your Voice. She actually, and you'll hear her as you watch her videos, you'll hear her talk about how, this was built out of, her podcast. So she has a podcast. It's called Do the Thing. And she started a program to help people do podcasts. But in doing that, she found that all these people were really struggling with putting themselves out there. And so she developed this program called Find Your Voice that helps people just get over their stuff, like get out of their heads, get out of their own minds. And she has allowed us to incorporate this in this cohort. Okay, so you're not only going to be doing the 3-2-1, which is the action, which Lindsay's going to be guiding you to the action to take, but you're also going to be doing the Find Your Voice challenge, which gets you out of your head. So the things that you are the excuses that you have that are preventing you from taking action, she's going to help you like get over it. Okay. So that is that is a special bonus, like with Stacy. You can watch a little video here of her and I, and she mentioned this too, like this, she and I were just talking, I think it was yesterday, it may have been the day before. And she was like, you want to just record the video right now? And I was like, okay. So we had no preparation. I was in my office, not in the studio with the fun, pretty lights and everything. Yeah, we just did it. So, and that's her thing, is like, just do it. I told her she needs to rename her thing, Do It Messy, because it's just about just do it. It's about getting action. Here are some testimonials from her other programs. Sounds like Amy Lynn is already in her sphere. But anyway, so we're going to, this is going to be the month of September. So there is some pre-work. So when you sign up, you're immediately going to get, there's like 5 things that you have to do before we get started. And then, we're going to have a kickoff call on September 2nd. Yes, that's Labor Day. If you're serious about it, you'll make it happen. Yes, there's going to be a recording, so you can watch the recording, but like we start moving on September 3rd. So there's really not a lot of time. This is about being in action. I don't know, you can't see me, but I'm like snapping my fingers, okay? It's about taking action, getting moving, okay? And here's the thing, we have 100% money back guarantee, okay? So if you are actually doing all of the steps that we tell you, no excuses, you all said that you're Sams, okay? If you're really a Sam, that means that you have no excuses and you make it happen, okay? If you honestly do all of the things, all of the assignments, and you don't land at least that one diagnostic review or consultation or whatever, you're not like on the phone with a potential customer, we'll give you your money back. Okay. I'm so confident though that if you do this, obviously I wouldn't give a money back guarantee. Like, I'm so confident that if you would actually just take action, if you would actually get out of your head and just do it, then you will find success. You're going to get a 100% money back guarantee. And I should say, nobody's asked this in the chat, this is only $59. We're only charging $59 for this. $59, guys. That's all it takes. It's $59 out of your pocket, but it's really you taking action to make it happen. Okay. So are there going to be any other costs involved? No. Okay. If you guys watched the Kate Johnson hosted a Get Bookkeeping Clients on LinkedIn like webinar last week, or this week actually, just a few days ago. And he talked about using Sales Navigator to which is a paid tool in LinkedIn. We're not going to do that. Okay, so we're not going to do a paid tool. There's no paid tools. Okay, everything that we're going to be talking about is absolutely free. Free. Okay, so I don't want any excuses. Now, you do have to be a certified pro advisor. Okay, you can become a certified pro advisor for free using Intuit's materials, or you can use our materials and get it done. Just get it done before we start on September 2nd. If you're not, the whole program, like I said here, the entire program is designed around promoting this expert status. Okay. So if you need help passing the test, you can purchase our course at a discount and get certified in about 5 hours. Okay. If you're not a pro advisor, you can be part of it, but we're not going to give you your money back. Like, this is specifically for pro advisors. Okay. You will need marketing prompts. Okay. These are available in the QBO Gym. So if you're a member of the gym already, you can use those. If you come to the weekly live streams, I'm giving you one. If you do the gym challenge, then you get a bunch there, or you can come up with them yourself. Okay. You will have a leg up if you're in the gym, but it's not necessary. Okay. Also, we're not going to teach you how to do a diagnostic review. Like, that's part of the cleanup course. There's tons of free resources out there to help you do that, free or cheap resources. The cleanup course is, intense. It's a big thing. So we're not going to teach you how to do that. We're not going to teach you what to say when you get the business owner on the phone. The important thing is, for the purposes of this cohort, that you get a person on the phone. Okay. Technology. Before the first day, you're going to have to set up a LinkedIn account. Okay. Now, we had some people ask last week, I have to use LinkedIn for my job. Okay. If you have a job, if you have a LinkedIn account that is tied to your job, okay, then you should be using your job's email account. Okay. So you can set up a personal account using a personal email address. You can, or if you have your like side hustle, business or whatever. Okay. So there are some people say, I can't have 2 LinkedIn accounts. Lindsay did the research, and you can have 2 LinkedIn accounts, but it has to be like totally separate. Okay. We're not going to help you with this. Figure it out. If you can't figure it out, ask for your money back for our thing, because this is all about LinkedIn. Okay. You also, I've got a phone call. Oh my gosh, this is it. Okay. I'm going to put you guys on here. Okay. Here we go. Hello, this is Margie.
Can I get your delivery service?
Yes.
Should be to you within the next 15 to 20 minutes.
15 to 20 minutes. All right, excellent. We'll be ready.
Yes, ma'am. I'll see you then.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, massage chair in 15 to 20 minutes. I should be done with this call by then, so I'm going to go getting my massage chair. It's very exciting. Okay. All right. You have to have a Canva account. Okay, you can get a free Canva account. Lindsay's going to teach you how to use it. As I mentioned, you're going to build your template the very first day. That's what we're going to do. So set up your Canva account. You don't have to know how to use it, but you do, before we start, you do have to have a Canva account. Okay. You're also going to need a free Calendly account. Okay. So, or it doesn't have to be Calendly. It can be some sort of app so that people can make appointments with you. Okay. We're not going to teach you how to do it. Figure it out. Okay. So figure out how to attach it to your calendar and like all that good stuff. Okay. And then you do have to have a Facebook account. Okay. This is not Facebook marketing. Like I said, we're totally focused on LinkedIn. You can be in the cohort using some other thing, whatever you want, TikTok or Instagram or Snapchat, like whatever the things are out there. Okay. But we're teaching LinkedIn, and we're not going to give you your money back if you're not following our instructions on LinkedIn. Okay. But the reason we have to have you have to have a Facebook account is because all of the accountability, all of the check-ins, everything, we have set up a private Facebook group that is specifically for this cohort. Okay. So when you sign up, you'll get the link to be able to join it, and you'll start having assignments right away. I mean, we're not kidding around, guys. Like, we're not kidding around. If you want this, if you are Sam, you will do it and you will make it happen. Okay? We expect you to get up and start running. This is not, I'm going to try on my sweatsuit and I'm going to do some stretching and no, you sign up, you start running. Okay? That's what we're doing here. Okay. Will I need to attend live calls? There will be one live call on September 2nd. This is the kickoff call where we're going to go over the expectations of the program. Lindsay's going to teach you how to do Canva. We're going to talk about what you're going to be doing for this month. Okay. We're going to help you get set up. That's the only day we're going to be on with you to help you get set up. So if you can't come, you got to figure it all out yourself. Okay. And yes, it's going to be recorded, but we're starting the very next day. So you gotta do it. Okay. All the other activities going to happen in the Facebook group. That's the only live call. We talked about possibly having a wrap-up call on September 30th. That's a Monday. So we'll probably do that as well, but that's just like a wrap-up call. And we'll probably, everyone will know how everyone's doing. So I don't even know, how that. Okay. I mentioned this earlier. Do I have to have my business set up? Oh, are you guys not? I'm going through this. I'm not even showing it to you. Hopefully you guys are showing it. Hopefully you guys are looking at it at the same time. Do I have to have my business set up? No, you don't even have to have your business set up, because this is just about teaching you how to hustle. You're just learning. You're just using those muscles to try, to figure out, is this for you? Do I want to put in this kind of effort? Okay. I turned it off for the phone call. Okay, so it wasn't very long ago that I stopped sharing my screen. Okay, good. Phew. Okay. All right. Can I get started later in the month? Yes. If you can't be with us that first week, you can be part of it, but only the people who are starting on day one will be eligible for the guarantee. I saw somebody ask in the chat if we're going to do another one. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. I don't know. This is an experiment. We're going to see how hard it is for, like, are you guys going to actually do this, or are we going to be pulling teeth? Like, how much time is, Lindsay spending on this? Like, we're going to see. I don't know. A second one is not guaranteed. We're just going to do it for the month of September. Okay, and what are the details of the guarantee? You have to follow all the instructions, as I said. Includes setting up and using the technology, the 3 daily reach outs, the 2 weekly connections and posts, and all the group check-ins. If you complete all of the tasks as instructed and do not land at least one diagnostic review consultation, you will receive your money back for the cost of participating in this cohort. This does not include any additional courses you may decide to purchase. Okay, so $59 for the month. Okay, if you don't have your basic level certification and you want to do this, then you can get your basic certification for $100 off. There's still time, guys. There's plenty of time. It takes 5 hours. You can do it in a day, probably 2 days actually. 2 days you can get that basic certification and you can get started. Okay, so we're going to give it to you for $100 off. The gym is helpful. Okay, notice how I put your basic certification is required. It's not required for you to buy this. It's required for you to have your certification. Okay. The gym, optional, but it's helpful if you want to take advantage. If you want to use it, we'll give it to you for $69 a month. It is $79 a month. I know you're thinking, I thought it was already $69. Well, we raised it at the beginning of this year to $79, but you can get it for the last year's price right away if you want to be able to have the marketing prompts. But here's the thing, guys. Okay, here's the thing is that you in the gym, you earn marketing prompts. You don't just like sign up and poof, here's a book of marketing prompts. No, you have to earn them. You do the work, and then as you do the work, they are unlocked. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Okay, and then you will also, as I mentioned, have a leg up if you have done the cleanup course, because you'll have that diagnostic review. And so we're going to give you the diagnostic. If you want the cleanup course, if you have not gotten the cleanup course, you want the cleanup course so that you have that training on how to actually do a diagnostic review. We're going to give you $700 off the cleanup course if you want to do it as part of this. Okay. But again, this extra stuff is not part of the guarantee. The only thing you get your money back is the $59 if you decide that you don't want to do it. Okay. Now, let me go back. Okay, I can't forget Wendy and Sarah. Remember I said you guys had to remind me about Wendy and Sarah. I don't think that they're on the call today, so it's probably okay. I'll reach out to them afterwards also. But, all right, let me see what's going on in the chat here. Okay, let's see. Pivot tables, marketing prompts. Still don't understand who these people are. I don't have anyone I know that knows business owners. Okay, Tracy, we are going to we're going to help you. The important point is to grow your network. So if you don't know anybody who knows business owners, then we're going to teach you how to find people that know business owners. Okay? We have put together we're going to go over this on the first day. We have a whole exercise that we're going to do and to like rack your brain. And yeah, so that's all part of it. Okay. Okay, let's see. That's the marketing prompt for today. Trish, there's a totally different question, but Trish says, I have a question on QBO. My banking center seemed to disappear. Is that even possible, or am I just losing it? I think you're just losing it. So if it has truly disappeared, then that is a question for Intuit support. like go into support immediately and figure that out. My friend has one and he loves it. I guess that's the massage chair. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. I'm so excited about the cohort. I was so shocked. I love this. I'm so excited about the cohort. I was so shocked when I saw your email this morning. I paid for the session immediately. Awesome. Yuyi, we are excited to have you join us. Oh, and that reminds me, I think that there were questions in the very beginning that was about the cohort that I said I'd answer at the end. Amy Lynn, I'm blown away that you know Stacy already. That's amazing. All right, let's see. I did not make a wish. Oh, this is you. Yeah, I did not make a wish, but I got my prayers answered. So grateful. Aw. Okay. My daughter-in-law helps me out with marketing. Do I need to buy 2 cohorts or can we do this together? If it's for your one business, then you can do it together. If she has her own business, then she would need to do it herself. Okay. Okay. Yes, Lindsay, the cohort is going to offer such exciting stuff. Yay. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Jonathan's asking one time or every month. It's one time. We're just doing it in September. Okay. Yes. Tracy says $59 is a lot to some people. Yes, it is. That's why we are guaranteeing it. If you do the work and you are not, if you do the work every single day, like we're talking about, and you don't land that diagnostic review or that consultation, then we'll give you your money back. You said, shocked me because it's for a whole 30 days. Yep. Jamie says, I don't know if you spoke to the cleanup process. Will you be teaching that? No, I will not. We will not be teaching that. If you want to learn that, then you have to get that course. This is all about holding your feet to the fire to actually do the work. Okay. I already answered this question, but I will mention it. Will this be offered again at a later date? I have no idea. We're going to see. We're going to see how well it works and how hard it is for us to administer and if you guys actually do it. And we're going to see. This is all a big experiment. I'm in. Committing to Samhood. I've been a Bobby for too long. I didn't go over the whole Bobby. I didn't go over the whole Sam thing because I didn't want to spend up all of our time. But yes. Yes. Good from moving from Bobby to Sam. Patricia asked, is this the basic Pro Advisor certification? Yes, you have to have basic level Pro Advisor certification at a minimum. Okay. Would the prompts given in the gym also be appropriate to use in Facebook as well? Yes. Yes, you can use them anywhere you have like social media. The key thing, the thing that I want to like really hammer in, what turns people off is when you're forcing your stuff on people that haven't established that they have a problem. Okay, so you're like, hire me to be a bookkeeper, or you're trying to say, oh, really? You run your own business and you're doing your own books? Well, that's stupid. You should hire me to be your bookkeeper. No, you need to be putting value out there. You need to be offering tips. That's why the marketing prompts, we're going to label them as quick tips. So they are QBO quick tips, and you're just going to put them out there. And the purpose of the marketing prompt. So if you notice the marketing prompt from today, it ends with something like, contact me, let's get together and go over it, or something like that. You can't expect that people are actually going to respond to you and say, oh, why, yes, I do want to talk about advanced reports. Maybe that will happen, but the chances are very, very slim. Okay. The purpose of the marketing prompts is is number one, you're providing value. Okay. So it's a quick tip. Okay. You're providing value, but most importantly, you're just reminding people who you are. They're like, don't forget I'm a QBO Pro Advisor. Oh, don't forget I'm a QBO Pro Advisor. Don't forget I'm a QBO Pro Advisor. Like, that's all it is. The purpose of it is not to, like those marketing prompts, they're not ads. They're not ads. They're just value that you're putting out there. Okay. Let's see. Yes, create one just for this side hustle. I don't know what that was referring to. Hello, massage chair. Woohoo. All right, let's see. To participate, oh, we already answered this question in the cohort. You need the basic level certification. Okay. How much does it cost for a cleanup course only? The cleanup course is $1,997. And we run specials every so often. We just had a giant sale in July, so we're probably not going to do another one for a long time. But we're giving you a discount if you want to do it in addition to the cohort. Okay. Let's see. Gave this a thank you. Okay, can you tell me what the discount is? I don't know what discount you're referring to. If you join the cohort, you can add the basic certification for $100 off. You can add the gym for $10 off. That's a monthly fee. It's a monthly subscription. You can get it for $10 off the monthly fee, and you can get the cleanup course for $700 off. Okay. Those are the discounts that we're referring to. Have to work and wouldn't be able to make the live call. Okay. Well, like I said, you'll be able to, if you are serious about it and you want to join, then you can join. You can watch the recorded call. You just have to make sure and do the work before we get started the next day. Okay, Charlie says, this is exactly what I need right now. Thank you so much for offering this. You're welcome. I am looking forward to everyone's success story. Like, I really am. But I'm also curious to see how many of you are going to come up with excuses. I mean, Sam had reasons, not excuses, right? Sam got up at 4 o'clock in the morning to run in the street because that was the only time there wasn't traffic and there was room to run and everyone was sleeping, and yeah. So let's see. We're talking about the discounts. What is the 1, 2, 3 blast off course? I don't know. Never heard of 1, 2, 3. This is the 3, 2, 1 blast off course. So you can, I don't know. Joel, maybe you should, unless Joel is getting the massage chair right now as we speak, you can go to fastandeasyqbo.com/cohort. Also, the link went out in the newsletter this morning. Okay. Oh, Amy Lynn says she knows Lauren through me. Oh, yes, because I posted Lauren's, she is doing a wealth, she was doing a wealth experiment, and I posted it in the group. Oh, okay, cool. Okay. Felicia, has there been anything for the cleanup discount from last week? So if you're talking about the birthday wishes, I did announce that I'm still sorting through, and I apologize, and I'm still working through who all of the people are that qualify, and then we're going to do a drawing. So I'm so behind in that. The reason is because I've been focused on getting the cohort up and going. So the next thing, my next hurdle is going through all of the cleanup wishes. So we'll do that. Okay. Kim says, my goal set a couple of months ago was to complete 1 year in the gym, complete the cleanup course, and start marketing on September 1st. Fits right in the timeline. Kim, the stars are aligned. Woohoo. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Amy Lynn says, love this exciting news. I'm signing up today. Okay. Well, Amy Lynn, if you are doing the dares in Stacy's group, I don't know, will you double up? Will you do 2 different ones? Or will you just do the same one in both groups? I'll be curious to know. Okay. Oh, so Patricia says, my question is about the meditation and mindset class you talked about last week. Are you still doing that in September? Yes, that is September 10th. That is September 10th from 2 to 4 p.m. And I haven't published any details about that yet because I've been working on this one. Okay, let's see. I am still doing the cleanup course now. Can I join that cohort? I'm still doing the cleanup course now. Can I join the cohort or can I do it after? You definitely want to do the cohort now because this is the only time. I want to say probably, I don't know. This is the only time that we are doing it that I know of, okay? If you already have the cleanup course, then you have a leg up because you know how to do a diagnostic review. And that is, that's the ultimate goal of the cohort is for you to land a diagnostic review. So you're going to land a diagnostic review and then you are, and you're going to know how to actually do the diagnostic review and the proposal. So, and if you make sure that, I don't know how long it's going to take you to get through the cleanup course, but you want to make sure that you practice that there is a spot in the cleanup course where, so you learn the diagnostic review, but when you get to the final project, you're going to actually practice doing a diagnostic review. So I recommend that you do that exercise where you're actually practicing doing the diagnostic review and presenting your findings, because then you'll be more comfortable when you actually get one. Okay. Let's see. That was for the LinkedIn profile being used for work. I don't know. Okay, wait, I need to focus on Felicia for a second. That was for the LinkedIn profile being used for work. I don't remember, sorry, your previous thing. But yes, figure it out. Lindsay says you can have a personal one and a business one. They just have to be 2 different email addresses. And so figure it out. This is the exciting news. Massage chair has arrived. Oh, guys, I got to get off the phone with you, off this call, so I can go check out my new massage chair. It does require some assembly. So I don't know if I'll actually be able to use it today, but okay. So Lynn is asking how much is the gym. The gym is normally $79 a month. You can get a discount if you sign up for a year. You can get a discount if you do the free gym challenge. At the end of the challenge, there's a discount. Or you can get it as part of this, as this cohort for a discount also. So $79 normally is the monthly price. $69 is what we're offering with the cohort. Okay. Patricia says, with the cohort class, is this something we need to log on to every day at a certain time to complete? I apologize if you explained this already. This live ended after the exercise. I was not aware the live was still going on. Oh, sorry. No, you do not have to go. You do not have to do it at a specific time. You can do it anytime during the day. You just have to do it every day. Okay. I am working a temp position that may or may not turn into permanent. Therefore, I'm concerned about creating LinkedIn. Now, can I attend the course? And if this temp job doesn't pan out, then create my lunch. Yes, you could do that. You just won't be eligible for the guarantee. Yeah. Yeah, you totally could. Okay, question was answered. Oh. My next question is, do you have to pay for the optional courses up front? No, but no. But you the only way to get them is to, it's an add-on. It's an add-on to the cohort. So if you buy them separately, you won't have the discount. So, yeah. Where were the marketing prompts again besides the gym? Any in the locker room? No. The only other way to get them, the ones that I've written, the only other way to get them is on the weekly live stream. So Joel already posted the one today. So if you come every week to the live stream live, then you get the marketing prompt. So that's a way to get one for free every week. You can sign up for the gym challenge, and you get, I don't know, there's like 15 marketing prompts in there. You have to earn them. So you don't just get them, you earn them. And so if you do the gym challenge, which is free, then you get those marketing prompts, and those are the only ones. Otherwise, you have to write them yourself. But like my goal with the marketing prompts is for you to get the idea, right? I can't be in a position to writing all your marketing prompts all the time, right? It's just, I want you to get in the idea of you're providing QBO tips and you are learning stuff all the time, especially if you're coming to the live streams or if you're in any of the courses, you're learning QBO stuff all the time. So just take whatever you learned. If you watched a Hector Garcia video and you learned something, then post it as a quick tip. Hey, did you know that blah, 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 So yeah. Okay, let's see. Okay. Do you have any more information on the somatic program you mentioned last week? Yes, that is the mindset program that I was talking about earlier. It is going to be September 10th from 2 to 4 p.m. And I don't have any, I haven't published anything else about that yet because I've been focused on getting the cohort set up. But yes, that's still happening. And Felicia says, have fun with assembling the massage chair. Well, I have 2 men here in my house that are good at that kind of stuff. So, so it's all good. Okay, I think that is all the, oh no, I can't see all of the early chats. They disappeared. I guess I only have an hour's worth because we've been talking so much. Okay. So I think that if there was a question earlier, yes, Jonathan, there will be an email about the somatic. Yes. If you asked a question earlier that didn't get answered, ask it again because I have lost it. And I don't think that Wendy, is it Wendy or Wanda? Hold on one second. Wendy. I don't think that Wendy Tubbs and Sarah Walls, I don't think that they are on live. I haven't seen their names today. But their gift is they're going to get the cohort for free. But I wanted to talk about the cohort first. So I don't think they're on today, but I will reach out to them. And, all right. I think that's it, guys. So very exciting stuff. A lot of time, energy, and love put into this for you guys. As you know, nothing thrills me more than your success. And so I can't wait to hear your success story. Have a fabulous weekend. I will see you on Monday for Mindset Monday. And I will announce the winners of cleanup very, very soon. That is my next big project. So I will get working on that. All right, have a great weekend. I'm gonna go check out my new chair. I'll send you a picture. All right, bye-bye.